All right, let's talk about something we all know a little too well. We are waging a quiet, desperate battle on our own computers. You know, a decade ago, we thought these giant hard drives would solve everything, but nope. Here we are, still fighting the exact same files. We just have way more room now to hide the chaos.
Seriously, have you ever stared at your screen looking at vacation_photos final, then vacation_photos final 2, and my personal favorite, vacation_photos final, really, this one? If that sounds familiar, you are absolutely in the right place. So let's just dive right into this digital mess we've all created.
So first, let's just be honest about how we got here. We all thought more storage space was the answer, right? But it wasn't. It just ended up being a bigger closet to shove all of our digital junk into. The clutter just grew to fill the space we gave it.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It's not about the wasted gigabytes. I mean, storage is pretty cheap these days. The real cost is that 10 minutes you lose searching for the right one, or that little nagging doubt in the back of your mind, am I looking at the old version? It just completely drains your focus.
The thing is, while our computers have become these incredibly powerful machines, our brains are kind of still stuck in the filing cabinet era. We're using amazing futuristic tech, but our habits are just slowly creating this digital sludge that makes finding anything an absolute nightmare.
So why do we do this to ourselves? It's not just about being lazy. There's some real psychology going on here, a sort of low-level anxiety that fuels our digital hoarding. Let's get into why this happens, because this is where it starts to get painfully relatable.
Okay, does any of this look familiar? Be honest. We've all done it. We drag a folder to our desktop, just to be safe. We get an email, download the file, can't find it an hour later, and what do? We just download it again. This is exactly how we become our own worst enemy, creating these endless loops of extra files without even thinking twice.
And there it is. That's the core fear, isn't it? It's the fear of regret. You look at two files that look identical, your brain just kind of freezes. And instead of making a choice, you just leave them both. Hitting that delete key feels so permanent, so risky, even when you know you're just getting rid of a copy.
And this right here, this is a huge part of the problem. We treat modern cloud services like OneDrive or iCloud like they're just another folder on our computer. We manually copy things into it, thinking we're backing it up. But what we've actually done is created a totally separate, independent version of our data. And now you've got two versions that are immediately out of sync, creating a ton of confusion. And of course, we have to talk about the main culprit, the ground zero of digital chaos, the downloads folder. This is where files go to die. It's just the path of least resistance. We download an installer, and then when we download it again, our computer helpfully adds a little 1 to the file name, and we just ignore it. Before you know it, your drive is a museum of forgotten setup files. Okay, so we've established the problem. It's a mess. How do we start to fight back? Well, the answer doesn't start with buying some fancy new software. It actually starts with a really simple but kind of profound shift in how we think about the delete key. We have to move from that anxious mindset over to the confident one. I mean, think about it. If two files are identical, there is no wrong one to delete. They are literally the same bits and bytes. Getting rid of that copy in your downloads folder isn't an act of destruction, it's an act of organizing. It just makes the real one easier to find. And here's the key. You have to let go of the emotional guesswork and just trust the cold, hard binary logic. Good duplicate finding software doesn't care about the file name. It compares the actual data, the file's digital footprint. So if it says two files are identical, guess what? They are identical. A copy is just a copy, and getting rid of it clears the way. Now, tools are great, but the real solution is building a simple, repeatable habit. You have to think of it like taking out the trash in your house. Start with a 30-day rule for your downloads folder. Do a seasonal sweep to see where all the big files are hiding. And try to practice the one version discipline. It's these little things that prevent the mess from ever building up in the first place. So what's the big reward for all this work? Is it just about having a tidy hard drive? Not at all. The payoff is real, and it's about way more than just numbers. Let's look at what you actually get back.
So after just one good cleanup session, it is totally possible to find and get rid of massive amounts of just digital rot. And this is a real example, 120 gigabytes. That's old software installers, ancient video projects, and 10 years worth of duplicate pictures, all just sitting there, taking up space and creating confusion.
The benefits are tangible for sure. Your computer actually runs better when it has some breathing room.
You stop wasting time and bandwidth backing up junk. But honestly, the psychological wins are even bigger. You find what you're looking for in the first try. You get back this incredible sense of confidence and control over your own digital world.
And that's really what it all comes down to. This whole thing isn't just about reclaiming space on your hard drive. It's about reclaiming your focus. It's about building a digital space you can actually trust, so you can stop second-guessing yourself and just get on with your work and with your life.
At the end of the day, no program in the world can fix a lack of intent. But you know what? That's the good news. You are in control. The moment you decide your focus is worth more than 1,000 maybe I'll need this later files, well, the tools are right there waiting to do all the heavy lifting for you. So go on, declare war on those duplicates. Your future self is going to thank you for it.